Hi everyone, I'm Victoria Gonzalez and I'm currently teaching first grade this year. However, for this assignment, I looked at second grade Common Core math, specifically 2.MD measurement data, working with time and money. After I looked through that, I was able to find calculating elapsed time as the lesson plan that I am going to talk to you about. The resource of this lesson was to let students play with time and figuring out elapsed time and learning that they can do elapsed time by counting or subtracting and adding to find how much time has elapsed. The lesson's learning activities and assessment do support the learning of the second grade standard of working with time that I feel. They had students watch two different little QuickTime videos. One that I really liked was the cooking contest, which is right here. It talks to them about time and how to figure out time, that they could count minute by minute, but a quicker way is to just subtract or add the different minutes. For example, on here it shows 9:27 to start and stop at 9:43. Instead of counting on, they could just subtract 43 from 27 and get how many minutes that was. The assessments for this lesson, this lesson plan did give the two different types of assessments. One for students that are at basic proficiency, that they're understanding it but they're not above, like for assessment level B. I did feel that both were appropriate for the experience as they relate to the time activities in the lessons. They both ask students to manipulate and work with time, either adding or subtracting different times that they can figure out how much time has elapsed. However, assessment A is not very engaging, I feel, for blended, fully online, or even on-class students in the traditional classrooms, as it's more just rote memorization. Do they know how to add or subtract? And whereas assessment B is more engaging, as it is more of a real-life scenario type of problem that they need to work with. They're given different times of people who are in a track and field meeting, and that they have to look at those times and see how much time has elapsed between the different athletes for that track and field meet. Something that I would make it more relevant to 21st century learners is by adding to the assessment, especially assessment B, by having the students plan maybe like a movies and a dinner trip with their families. I would have them go onto a movie website or look on the local newspaper where they can find movie times, and that they could go and try to figure out time, in that they would have to look at the starting time of the movie, figure out how long it would take to get there using Google Maps, or just knowing how long it takes to get to the movie theater. Plan that out, know how long the movie is, add that elapsed time so they know when they'll get out of the movie, and then they'll know when they can go and eat dinner. And in regards to the level of creativity in this lesson plan, I feel that there was some creativity, but not as much as it could have been for the lesson and assessment, as it had students listen to a teacher read aloud about time, which is interesting, especially for the younger students, that they discussed with each other throughout the lesson, and then especially with assessment B, having them figure out the elapsed times of track and field meet. In conclusion, to talk about the overarching question for this activity, if standards-based environments does curb teacher creativity, I would say yes, because we have so many standards and we have to meet all these standards for our students, and it's very difficult when we have district mandated programs that we have to use, and we have to use those specific lessons. However, we could look at, for example, the math standards and try to incorporate lessons such as these provided on this great website. Thank you.